Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. If you're just joining us, we just discussed the Marcus Performing Arts Center's Heroes Day, which is happening this weekend, Sunday, August 22nd. Since 1969, Impact has been proud to be part of Milwaukee County's War Memorial, honoring those who have bravely served our country. Well, when we think of heroes, it's hard not to think about Stars and Stripes Honor Flight. They're committed to honoring World War II, Korean, and Vietnam vets, and I am happy to be joined by Karyn Roelke. She's the president of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight Wisconsin. How are you, Karyn?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me today, Andrea.
Happy to have you here with us. And you were on, I want to say, maybe a month or two ago, and I told you that we would definitely talk again and get an update. So clearly, when the coronavirus pandemic hit the U.S. Last year, you were forced to cancel trips for the honor flights for obvious reasons. But recently, you did announce some great news. So please update us.
Absolutely. We are thrilled to be back in flight planning mode. We have 4 flights planned this fall, August 28th, September 25th, October 16th, and November 6th. So we're thrilled to be flying our local vets to our nation's capital once again.
Yes, once again. So I can't help but wonder what was some of the responses that you received once you delivered that news.
The vets are really excited. And what's fun is we're watching on social media as we're posting information about the flight. Veterans are commenting, "I just can't wait. I've waited so long," tagging all their friends. "I'll be on the flight." So we're really just thrilled that they're thrilled. And we can't wait to meet them all.
Yeah, and of course it goes without saying there are still some stipulations that will be in place for this particular flight because we are still dealing with the pandemic. So what are some of the things that are in place in order to have a safe flight to the nation's capital?
Well, safety is always number one on our agenda. And since all of our vets are really in the most vulnerable age group, it's even more important than ever to do all we can to make sure that they're safe. So all of the veterans who are participating, at least for our first 2 flights and possibly for the entire fall, will be all vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Their guardians as well, and all of our crew will be. And then certainly there are current mask mandates in place in airports and on airplanes and buses. So between the masking when we're indoors and the fully vaccinated group, we're looking forward to being really safe and still giving them a great day.
Yeah, and you have a long list of volunteers who help make it all possible, just kind of rallying all of the vets together and getting them excited. You guys pass out letters, all these different things. So for those people who are not familiar with how it's set up, kind of paint the picture for them.
Sure, I'd love to. So we're an all-volunteer organization. We don't have any paid staff. We don't have any offices. So really, we're able to donate or earmark 97 cents of every dollar to flying vets. You know, if we didn't have to have insurance and auditors and that kind of thing, it'd be even more. But we start the day very early at Mitchell Airport. We head to the Washington, D.C. area. This time we're flying in and out of Baltimore. We board coach buses and take the veterans to see as many memorials as we can, really before sundown, and then hop on a plane and come back to Milwaukee. And in that space of time, we try to build in so many surprises, so many opportunities to thank these veterans, to let them enjoy the camaraderie of being back with fellow veterans who really understand what they went through. And for particularly our Vietnam vets, we try to build in a ton of healing. You know, they really came back to some terrible situations, often endured terrible situations in combat, and then came home to families or friends or communities that didn't recognize what they had sacrificed. So we try to, in 18 hours, we try to really make up for that and send them home with the knowledge that they're really appreciated and honored.
Absolutely. And speaking of the Vietnam War, the U.S. military involvement in the Vietnam War began in February of 1961, and then it lasted until May of 1975. And like during that war, more than 58,000 servicemen and women actually lost their lives. So there is that feeling of, like you said, letting them know that everything that they've done is appreciated and that we do see them all as heroes. But I'm sure there's a lot of emotion amongst those veterans who actually are put in a place to remember the time they served our country.
Yes, we had a veteran's daughter. She accompanied him on the flight. Tell us a few years ago that her Vietnam vet dad, on the way to the airport, so 4 o'clock in the morning, as he's going to his honor flight, he said to her, "Did they know that I served in Vietnam?" And she said, "Well, of course, Dad. That's why we're here." And he said, "Well, I don't want you to go then." And she said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "There, people are going to say terrible things to me, and I don't want you to hear it."
Oh,
She said, "Dad, that's not what's going to happen today." And she said, at the end of the day, he was just incredulous that he was welcomed, that he was thanked, that he finally felt that he could be proud. And that's what we're all about. So, the Vietnam vets are really a blessing to us. We love making them feel proud. And certainly the World War II and Korean vets that are flying with us too deserve our thanks and honor.
yeah, and really, it's aging generations that you are servicing, and like you said, you have the opportunity to have them be able to reflect and know that there are so many people who are thankful for their service. And it gave me chill bumps to hear you share that story. But you also have, in past years, passed out letters that were from the younger generation thanking them for their service, and that always goes over well.
It does. And we have so many partner schools that send us big batches of letters, from kindergartners who are just writing "You're my hero" to high schoolers who are saying, I studied Vietnam in class, and now I understand what you endured when you came home. And I'm going to carry that with me and understand that when I see a Vietnam veteran out and about, that telling them welcome home is important. So we love it that educators around our area are involving the students, and we're always thrilled to present the veterans with letters from students. They really, even some vets are inspired to write back to the students, or to go to the school and meet the students, which is really heartwarming for us.
That is awesome. And I wanted to get you back here just to make that announcement that you will be going out. August 28th will be that first flight as you resume the honor flights. And for those people who are watching, I know there is a long list of those waiting to take an honor flight, but for those who may want to get on a waiting list, what do they need to do?
Well, they need to know first that there is never a cost for a veteran to take an honor flight. It's absolutely free, from soup to nuts. We tell vets, don't come with a dime in your pocket. We're going to take great care of you all day long. They can go to our website. That's really the easiest way, which is starsandstripeshonorflight.org. We're also on Facebook under Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, which can take you right to our website as well. And there's an application, a digital application they can fill out right on the computer, submit it right away, and get their place in line.
All right, that's great stuff. So I read that the organization has a very special night planned in November to help raise funds for local veterans to enjoy an honor flight. So this is the very first ever All-Star Night Stars and Stripes Gala event. Tell us more about that.
Yes, we're so excited. It is our first ever gala fundraiser. It's going to be at the Brookfield Conference Center on Saturday, November 20th. And the MCs or hosts for the event are John Mercure from TMJ Radio and Sophia Minert from Bally Sports Brewers broadcasts. And it's going to be a great night of dinner, dancing, veteran stories, emotion. It's just going to be fabulous. And anybody who's interested in that can find that on our website too. Again, starsandstripeshonorflight.org.
That's good stuff. So lots of great news lately. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with the viewing audience about the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight?
Sure. The last thing I'd love to leave your viewers with is normally when it's not COVID, we like to invite the general public to the airport to welcome the vets home. To keep them extra safe this time, we're not doing that. We're asking just vets' families and close friends to attend, but we'd love to have anyone who's interested follow along with us on Facebook. We're going to post video and photos all day long, including of the homecoming. And we'll be reading veterans' comments throughout the day from people at home. So we hope that in lieu of being able to welcome them home in person, we hope people will follow along with us on Facebook that day.
Okay. And so out of all that you've witnessed with these amazing honor flights, what's your favorite memory or your favorite thing to see happen?
You know, I think without going into a long story about it, we've had some Vietnam vets who have come in the morning very closed off, very still angry from their Vietnam experience, really not knowing what to do and really afraid of the day, afraid of, one of them told me, ripping off a Band-Aid that they've spent 50 years putting on over and over. And watching those veterans go through the day, start to talk to their fellow vets, start to open up, spend some time at the wall grieving, and then really just heal before your eyes is just an incredible thing to witness. And when, you know, a week or two after the flight, we get letters that say, you've made a difference. This flight has made a difference in my life. I've made new friends. How can I be involved? That's the greatest salary that any of us could get. Yes,
and they are all heroes, and you are a hero as well for the work that you do every single day.
Absolutely.
A heroine, I should say.
It's absolutely our honor.
Thank you so much for your time and for all that you do, Karyn.
Thanks so much for having me, Andrea.
Karyn Roelke is the president of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight Wisconsin. And for more information on the organization, again, you can visit their website at starsandstripeshonorflight.org. That is going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at Our Issues Milwaukee. Have a great day.